Hype dropping a super chat. Thank you so much. He says swap firsts and JFM with Atlanta and the Jets 7th for Atlanta's 6th. So that would be a really interesting way to leapfrog the Bears and almost guarantee you get wide receiver 3 in this draft. Hype brought this up last night. I don't know if it was during the draft show with Dom or my call-in show after that. And we were kind of going back and forth. We're like, wait, was Raheem Morris the defensive coordinator in LA when JFM was there? And we started going back into it. It was not the case. They did not overlap there. But Atlanta wanting to revitalize that defense, getting a really good versatile piece in JFM to fall back 2 picks if they like maybe 2 defensive players in this draft, because I think there's a real good shot the Bears take a defensive player, whether it's Verse or Dallas Turner. As long as Atlanta's fine with getting one of those 2 guys, then I think that would make a ton of sense for them. They could extend JFM, and now you've added 2 good defensive players on your team for not a terrible price here. With JFM, I don't think he's on this roster for his current cap hit right now. He's either going to restructure or we are going to release him probably post June 1st. So I would love to see him utilized in a maneuver to get us higher in the draft, whether that's first round or third coming into the second or something along those lines. Matt, have you given any thought to maybe moving JFM for a draft pick in this year's draft?
This is the DJ Reed conversation all over again. We just did this a few weeks ago.
But Reed makes, like, I feel like Reed is more critical to our team as opposed to JFM, like, because of the depth on the D-line versus, like, Reed is like the full-on starter opposite sauce. I think we can afford to maybe lose a JFM when maybe we might not be able to lose a DJ Reed. I think it would have a bigger impact on losing Reed.
I don't think this defense can afford to lose either of those guys. I think JFM is going to be on the roster the next 2 years in this win-now window with Aaron Rodgers. I would rather give up the lottery ticket than the very good defensive player in a window where you're really trying to go for it. So I'm not interested in giving up John Franklin Myers to bump up a couple of spots. If you have to give up a second-round pick next year, I'd rather give up that second-round pick next year because you have no idea what that pick's going to be. But you know what JFM is going to be for you.
Green Bean, would you consider moving JFM to get a draft pick or get a better draft pick in conjunction with, a pick from one of the other rounds?
Well, in this exact scenario, my favorite part is that we trade a 7th for a 6th. That's the goods. That's what I like here, Hype. I'm not even. Truth is, I'm almost not kidding. But I'm like, okay, all right, that makes sense. Yeah, I would be willing to. You dump the contract and then you just, you use your, that 6th round, 4th to 6th. I would say 6th round, and you go defensive tackle there. I like I've said a million times. I mean, I'm a big believer that you can. I think our defensive ends, it's crowded, right? You got Reddick, you got JJ, you got Will McDonald, you got Michael Clemens, who, by the way, I think should be defensive end, not defensive tackle. We tried the experiment last year. We saw him. He still played defensive end, but we saw the whole weight gain for defensive tackle. I think he should be slimming down at least some portion of that weight to get back to the effective level that he was the year before. Just kind of get back. I don't think he's ever going to be a premier pass rusher or anything like that, but he did play a very, very nice role. But anyway, anywho, I like JFM on the inside, and I think I like JFM plenty. Don't get me wrong, but I think he can be replaced. And like you said, Ryan, that money being kind of reallocated to a DJ Reed makes so, like, if I had to choose, I'm choosing DJ Reed every day of the week. Not that I don't agree with Matt that I don't want to lose JFM, but if you have the opportunity, if you're eyeballing, let's say Alt is your guy or Neighbors is your guy, and they're there, you know what I mean? And you want to do that, and all you're going to lose is JFM, and on top of it, for a little bit of gravy on your pot roast, you get one of your 7ths turns into a 6th. I say you do it all day, because you can use that 6 on Justin Rogers, and he's going to plug that middle and give you what you want. Your defensive end room is fine. So yeah, I would consider it, but it wouldn't be something that I'm trying to do. But if that's what'll get it done, sure thing, man. I'm all about it.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.